You need to change your mind's reaction. It's doing nothing for you. Here's the law, the love and attraction. I'll show you what I can do. You know you find a result now. You know just what to do. Just think, babe, you're amazing.
Hey guys, making Rosella jam is not the only thing that we do here with the Rosellas at the cottage. Now today we've got a whole heap of calyxes from the Rosellas and we're going to be dehydrating them, and these will go into making hibiscus tea and also hibiscus and ginger kombucha, which is what we use them for as well. There's a multitude of other uses that people do with Rosellas, like sauces and different jams and chutneys, cordials and things like that. But these are just the things that we stick with here. So to dehydrate these calyxes, we have our BioChef dehydrator. It's an Arizona BioChef dehydrator. So this is 9 trays and it works a treat, and it does a hell of a lot of work here at the cottage. So what we do, we just, after we've got all the calyxes off the nuts, we just give them a wash, dry them out for a little bit. Then we get the trays from the dehydrator and we get the calyxes and spread them out on the trays. Now the bigger bits can just go on the wire trays, and the smaller bits, we have some woven sheets that go on the trays and they will help catch the smaller bits. We'll place these at the bottom because when they dry they tend to shrink a little bit and some might fall through. Now, once we have dried these, we do put them in the blender, in the NutriBullet blender for a little bit to just break them down to smaller pieces, which lets them infuse a lot better in a cup or in a coffee plunger. There we go, got a few coming down here. Now with the dehydrator, when we do put it on, we'll put it on to 70 degrees Celsius for around about 10 hours. And that will provide us with some nice crispy Rosella calyxes. Now guys, some of you may be wondering why I'm calling these hibiscus when they are from a Rosella plant. Now hibiscus, although not native to Australia, was thought to have been brought here a couple of thousand years ago by Indonesian fishermen. And it's one of 2 varieties that are in Australia. This is Hibiscus sabdurifer, which is also the Queensland jam plant and Rosella. So that's where we get the name for the hibiscus tea from, and also the ginger and the hibiscus in the kombucha. The other variety is an Australian native variety, and I'm sorry I do not have the Latin name for it, but I'm sure we could look it up later on. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. Now there aren't truckloads of varieties of hibiscus in Australia, but these are the 2 that are the main ones that we'll be using. So setting the dehydrator, we just turn it on. It's on for 10 hours and it's on at 70 degrees C. Hey guys, we're back. The dehydrator's finished its run And it finished in the middle of the night, so we've put it on for another half an hour this morning just to make sure that any excess moisture has been taken out of the calyxes as they've been drying. So I'll open it up. We'll get our first tray out. Now, when you take the calyxes out, when you feel them, if you're going to put them in the blender or just keep them for any length of time, they should crack when you press them like this. So with these, I'm just going to put them into the Ninja blender. It'll take a couple of trays, and then we'll just break it down into a nice fine tea. And like we said before, you can use this as hibiscus tea, which I use. It's fairly beneficial for, or it's got some health benefits and that to it. And then also for the kombucha, it flavours it up very, very nicely. And you get that lovely red colouring in it too. Put the top on and give it a couple of pulses. And we'll take that out and put it into our ever-present Moccona coffee jars. We find these jars are the best to store things in because they seal rather tightly. And you can see the tea there. Now, if you're making hibiscus tea, I just use the coffee plunger. I put a teaspoon of hibiscus in. Hot water, let it steep for a little bit, and then I have it in a cup with a teaspoon of honey. It goes really, really well. Now this is our wonderful homemade hibiscus and ginger kombucha. You can see the beautiful red colour in it from the hibiscus. Now, this isn't my forte, this is Bev's forte in making these ones. So it turns out really, really good. But because we do use fresh fruit as far as the ginger, fresh grated ginger, and also the hibiscus leaves. You can see them in the bottom of the bottle there. We use a strainer when we tip it out to just catch the bits and pieces that come out of the bottle. You can see some in there in the strainer, but when you get right down to the bottom, there's a little bit of stuff there that you've got to worry about. And it just tastes like red cordial. Cheers. Thanks for watching. And remember, like, share and subscribe. And just keep an eye out for any more videos coming along from us. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.